To California, from Mexico you come, to the Sacramento Valley, to toil in the sun. Your wife and 7 children, they're working everyone. And what will you be giving to your brown-eyed children of the sun?
Coming home from school today, I passed my Uncle Ramon's gas station where my brother Carlos works.
Vámonos, Carlos. Don't listen to your tío. Vámonos, ándale, descuéntate.
Don't wait your time behind that pump. Don't listen to him.
Come on, let's go, man.
You're making a big mistake, Carlos. Why do you want to quit?
Look, I know what I'm doing, Uncle Ramon. The guys are right. I'm not getting anywhere.
Hey, man, here come the cops. Let's go.
Why should we? What have we done?
Here comes the man.
All right. What are you up to now?
Stick him up.
Come on.
Hey, man, take it easy, will you? Cool it.
Always bothering someone.
What are you picking on him for? He wasn't doing anything.
Right now. Because I said so.
You're not doing it. You prefer to hang around these guys to a good, honest job?
Get it. Why don't y'all go in there and get out of here?
It's all right, officer. They're not doing anything wrong.
All right, break it up then.
Why the heck should we?
Yeah.
Look, wetback, you want to go home or do you want to go to jail? Quick, make up your mind.
Hey, Pancho, what are you doing here, huh? Come on, I'm going home. Say nothing to Papa about what happened, huh?
Aren't working this afternoon.
Well, I quit the job. I spent half my life at school and the rest of it pumping gas for a lousy couple of dollars. Look, some of those guys are making just as much as Papa already.
But they don't go to school.
And where does school get us? A lot of Chicanos have high school diplomas and they still don't get the good jobs. The anglers get the good ones. But I can make money, starting real soon, too. I've got some friends who can help. Look, Pancho, there's no future here in the barrio. You saw the police today. Just because you're Mexican, they try to step all over us. Look, but not a word to Papa now. You know how he gets all excited, okay?
Okay.
Many things about the city I don't understand. But one thing I do understand. We come here to Los Angeles so we can get good work. And now you quit the good job your Uncle Ramon gives you. How do you expect to help the family if you have no steady work? What kind of a son are you?
Well, look, Papa, I want to help the family, but I can do better than work at Uncle Ramon's house.
You mean you found another job?
Well, no, not exactly, but I have plans.
Plans don't have to pay the rent. Sometimes I wonder why we didn't stay in Texas. But you could work in the fields all your life.
Things are bad with Papa and my brother Carlos. Here they argue so much. They never used to when we lived in Texas. They both worked hard together, picking on the big farms near our home. Everyone in the family helped. We lived just outside Cantuna. A lot of families left Cantuna because there weren't enough jobs to keep them busy. But we were always busy in school. Every year when there were no more crops to pick, Papa took us out of school early. We'd leave Cantuna, not for good, just for the summer, to find more crops.
Up to California, from Mexico you come, to the Sacramento Valley to toil in the sun.
Our family was always on the move, but we were together. I like that.
And what will you be giving to your brown-eyed children of the sun?
No one liked the summers on the road as much as me. Everyone complained how little the farmers paid us, and the work was hard too. Have you ever picked onions? It's alright at first, but after a while, when we finished the onions, we'd move on to strawberries and then to cotton. And when oranges ran out, we'd pick peppers and then lettuce. We lived in all kinds of houses, and we were always packing and unpacking. When there was no house, we'd live outside. We couldn't have fiestas anymore with our friends the way we did at home. But sometimes Papa would tell us stories about when he was a boy in Mexico. And Carlos would sing songs about Papa.
Your face is lined and wrinkled, and your age is 41. Your back is bent from picking, like your dying time has come. Your children's eyes are smiling, their life has just begun. And what will you be giving to your brown-eyed children of the sun?
Every year Papa talked about getting out of farm work. He talked about how his brother Ramon was a big success. Uncle Ramon wrote letters to Papa from Los Angeles. Papa liked to talk about living in the city. He said everything was better there. A lot of jobs for the men. No more stooping over rows of onions all day. Last summer, Papa stopped talking, and we were on our way to Los Angeles.
Up to California, from Mexico you come. Your back is bent from picking, and your fight has just begun. You are tired and you're hungry, and your day is almost done. But what will you be giving to your brown-eyed children of the sun?
Living in Los Angeles is much different from Texas, but I think I like it here. I go to a much bigger school, and Papa got his city job. He makes more money now, but everything in the city costs so much. When Carlos got his job at Uncle Ramon's after school, he helped Papa to pay the bills. We're living at Uncle Ramon's till we can find a house just for our family. Mama stays home with the babies, but Papa says she might have to go out to work, get more money. We have a neighborhood clinic where Mama can take the babies to see Dr. Moreno. Another new neighbor is Juan Lopez. He works on the newspaper, La Raza, a special paper for Chicanos in our barrio. We have a lot of stores near us too. And the Pan American Bank down the street has lots of Mexican art. Even if we don't have any savings inside, it's fun to look at the Mexican art outside. But the traffic is more than I ever saw, and we need help to cross the street. There are so many nice things in the city that we'd like to have. I'd like a color television. But Carlos, more than anything else, wants to own a GTO. We have a neighborhood center where Jose helps us to read better. We read books about Mexico and Indian stories too. I like it here. At least I did, until today when I saw Carlos with the police and everything. The guys weren't really doing anything wrong, just hanging around the gas station. But like Carlos said, some Anglos gotta complain every time they see a Chicano. It might have been different if the police were Chicanos. In Texas, Carlos was never angry. But he says things are different here. Papa doesn't understand Carlos. He thinks one way, Carlos thinks another. I don't know who is right, but Papa was really mad that Carlos quit his job.
Sometimes I wonder why we didn't stay in Texas, but you could work in the fields all your life.
Well, maybe we should have. What good did it do to come to the city? Did you get a really good job?
It's better than running all over the country picking fruit. Hey, Pancho. I make more money now, and very soon we won't have to stay with Ramon's family because we'll own a house of our own.
Yeah, in 10 years.
What's the matter? No more respect than that for your father? Don't you think I'm telling the truth? Ya no respetas ni a tu padre.
Siéntate, hombre. Siéntate. Next, you'll be telling us that you want to quit school.
Yeah, I may just do that.
He'd be all right if he could get a full-time job.
No, that's no good. Hermano, that means quitting school. So he'll end up by joining the gang that the police stopped over at my station today.
Carlos, are you getting in trouble with the police?
We weren't doing anything, Papa. And just because you're Mexican, go home, get back into the barrio, or go to jail.
But those guys are troublemakers.
But they have cars and clothes.
And they'll wind up in trouble. Look, Carlos, if you want to really be somebody and be respected, well, look at Juan Lopez, the fellow who works for the newspaper you like so much, the one that speaks up for the Mexican people, for La Causa. Now, he sure did become a newspaper man by quitting school.
Well, diplomas don't guarantee anything, and especially here in the barrio.
If you're interested, maybe you can get into East LA College.
College? Maybe your uncle's got something, Carlos. You could go to college, then nothing could keep you down.
Hey, Pancho. What do you say?
I don't know. I don't think I'll go to high school either.
Well, that's up to you, Pancho. But just because I don't go, or maybe you're different. Maybe by the time you get old enough to go to high school, maybe things will be different. Well, suppose I do graduate. Papa and Uncle Ramon would like that.
I wonder what Carlos will finally decide. In this whole big city, there must be a good job for Carlos someday. And for me too. If I go to high school, couldn't I become a newspaperman like Juan Lopez? Or a good policeman like Officer Sanchez? Or maybe even a doctor, like Dr. Moreno at the clinic. Or a teacher like Jose at our neighborhood center. If they did it, why couldn't Carlos? Why can't I, Pancho, do it?
You are a proud man and you're a free man, and this heritage is one that you can be giving to your brown-eyed children of the sun.